Hello there. Today, on this fine day of May 26, 2025, we're diving into something truly transformative for our homes, workplaces, and even our cities. It's called biophilic design. Now, that might sound a bit technical, but trust me, it's all about something incredibly simple and deeply human. Biophilic design is essentially about bringing the great outdoors indoors. It's a way of thinking about our buildings that recognizes our inherent human need to connect with nature. We're not meant to live in sterile boxes, are we? This design philosophy aims to create spaces that make us feel good, spaces that are healthier, and ultimately spaces that help us thrive by weaving natural elements into the very fabric of our built environment. It's more than just popping a plant on a windowsill, it's a holistic approach. You see, for centuries, humans lived in close harmony with the natural world. Our ancestors built shelters using local materials, their lives dictated by the seasons and the sun. But as we've become more urbanized, especially in recent decades, we've found ourselves increasingly disconnected from nature. Think about it. Many of us spend most of our days inside, under artificial light, surrounded by man-made materials. Biophilic design seeks to reverse this trend. It acknowledges that this separation from nature can actually impact our well-being, our stress levels, and even our productivity. It's about consciously creating environments that nurture our innate love for the living world, our biophilia, if you will. This isn't just a fleeting trend, it's a fundamental shift in how we view architecture and interior design, moving towards creating truly life-enhancing spaces. The importance of biophilic design is growing every single day, especially as our cities become more densely populated. Architects and designers are increasingly realizing that by incorporating natural elements, they can create buildings that are not only beautiful, but also incredibly beneficial for the people who use them. Imagine working in an office filled with natural light and greenery, or recovering in a hospital room with views of a garden. These aren't just pleasant thoughts. Research shows that such environments can genuinely reduce stress, improve cognitive function, and even speed up healing. It's about designing with empathy, understanding that our surroundings profoundly affect us on a physical and psychological level. This is architecture that cares. So why does it matter so much now, in 2025? Well, we're at a point where the conversation around well-being and sustainability is louder than ever. People are actively seeking healthier lifestyles and more sustainable ways of living. Biophilic design ticks both these boxes beautifully. It promotes well-being by fostering a connection with nature, and it often goes hand in hand with sustainable practices such as using natural, renewable materials and designing for energy efficiency. It's about creating spaces that are good for us and good for the planet. This approach is not just for grand new builds, it can be applied to existing structures, transforming them into havens of calm and inspiration. It's a powerful tool for making our built world a little bit wilder and a whole lot better. At the very heart of biophilic design lies a profound idea that we as human beings possess an innate tendency to seek connections with nature and other forms of life. This concept, popularized by the biologist E.O. Wilson, is called biophilia. It suggests that our attraction to the natural world is not just a preference, but a deep-seated biological need, developed over hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. Our ancestors depended directly on nature for survival, for food, shelter, and safety. Their senses were finely tuned to the sights, sounds, and smells of the natural environment. Even though our modern lives look very different, that ancient connection is still wired into our brains and bodies. We inherently understand the language of nature. Think about how you feel when you walk through a forest, listen to the sound of waves, or see a beautiful sunset. There's often a sense of calm, rejuvenation, and even awe. These positive responses aren't accidental. Exposure to nature has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce stress hormones like cortisol, improve mood, and enhance focus. When we are disconnected from these natural stimuli, we can experience negative effects, sometimes referred to as nature deficit disorder. Biophilic design aims to counteract this by intentionally bringing those beneficial natural experiences into the spaces where we spend the most time. It's about feeding that inherent need for connection, creating environments that resonate with our deepest biological programming. This innate connection manifests in various ways. We are drawn to patterns that mimic natural forms, Like the branching of trees or the ripples on water, we find comfort in natural materials like wood and stone. The presence of living things such as plants and animals, or even representations of them, can evoke positive emotions. Biophilic design taps into these preferences by incorporating elements that reflect the complexity, diversity, and sensory richness of the natural world. It's not just about visual appeal, it's about engaging all our senses: the scent of plants, the feel of natural textures, the sound of water. These sensory experiences help to create a more immersive and restorative environment, promoting a sense of well-being that goes beyond mere aesthetics. Understanding this core connection is crucial for architects, designers, and even for ourselves when we think about shaping our own living and working spaces. It means recognizing that access to nature isn't a luxury, but a fundamental component of a healthy and fulfilling life. By consciously integrating biophilic principles, we can create buildings that actively support our mental and physical health. This isn't about trying to perfectly replicate the outdoors inside, but rather about thoughtfully incorporating elements and patterns that evoke nature's positive qualities. It's a design philosophy that puts human well-being front and center, acknowledging our ancient bond with the living world and using that knowledge to build better places for us all. One of the most visually stunning ways to bring nature indoors is through green walls, also known as living walls or vertical gardens. Imagine an entire wall covered in lush, vibrant plants. These aren't just a few potted plants lined up. We're talking about sophisticated installations where plants grow vertically, often supported by integrated irrigation systems. These living tapestries can transform a mundane space into something truly extraordinary, breathing life and color into interiors and exteriors alike. Green walls can range from small decorative panels to vast multi-story installations, creating a powerful biophilic statement. They instantly connect us to the vibrancy of the plant kingdom, offering a dynamic and ever-changing natural feature within our buildings. Beyond their incredible aesthetic appeal, green walls offer a host of practical benefits. They are fantastic at improving indoor air quality. Plants naturally absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, and many species can also filter out common airborne pollutants, creating a healthier breathing environment. This is particularly beneficial in office spaces or urban homes where outdoor air quality might be a concern. Furthermore, green walls can help to reduce ambient noise levels as the plant mass and a specialized growing medium absorb sound, making spaces quieter and more peaceful. They can even contribute to a building's thermal regulation, providing an extra layer of insulation that can help to cool spaces in summer and retain heat in winter, potentially reducing energy consumption. There are different systems for creating green walls. Some use soil-based mediums, where plants are grown in containers or pockets attached to a vertical structure. Others employ hydroponic systems, where plants grow without soil, their roots receiving nutrients directly from water. Each system has its own advantages and maintenance requirements. For example, the One Angel Square office building in Manchester boasts an impressive living wall in its atrium, which not only looks amazing but also contributes to the building's overall sustainability goals. Indoor gardens, such as atriums or strategically placed cascading planters, offer similar benefits, creating pockets of nature that can be enjoyed from multiple viewpoints, enhancing the connection to the natural world throughout a building. Incorporating green walls and indoor gardens is a bold and beautiful way to embrace biophilic design. It requires careful planning, considering factors like plant selection, suitable for the indoor environment, light availability, and the necessary maintenance. However, the rewards are immense. These features provide a direct, tangible connection to living nature, improving air quality, reducing noise, and creating spaces that feel more alive and invigorating. They serve as a constant reminder of the beauty and resilience of the natural world, right in the heart of our built environments. It's a fantastic example of how architecture can actively nurture both people and nature simultaneously. Natural light is an absolutely fundamental element of biophilic design. It's something we often take for granted, but its impact on our well-being is truly profound. Our bodies are intrinsically linked to the daily cycle of light and dark. It regulates our circadian rhythms, which control our sleep-wake patterns, hormone release, and even our metabolism. When we spend too much time in poorly lit environments or under constant artificial light, these rhythms can be disrupted, leading to issues like fatigue, poor sleep, and mood disturbances. Biophilic design, therefore, places huge emphasis on maximizing natural light within buildings, ensuring that occupants are connected to the dynamic changes of daylight throughout the day and across the seasons. So how do we achieve this? Architects can employ a variety of strategies. Large windows, strategically placed to capture optimal daylight without causing excessive glare or heat gain, are a primary tool. Skylights and light wells are fantastic for bringing daylight deep into the core of a building, illuminating spaces that might otherwise be dark and reliant on artificial sources. Clerestory windows, placed high up on walls, can also introduce light while maintaining privacy. Another clever technique is the use of light shelves, which are horizontal surfaces placed inside or outside windows to reflect sunlight deeper into a room, bouncing it off the ceiling to create a softer, more diffuse illumination. The Shore House in Canada is a brilliant example, with its expansive windows offering not just light but also stunning views of the surrounding forests. It's not just about the quantity of light, but also the quality and the connection to the outdoors. Views of nature are incredibly important. Studies have repeatedly shown that having a view of natural landscapes, trees, water, gardens can reduce stress, improve concentration, and enhance overall satisfaction with the space. Even a glimpse of a distant park or a single tree outside a window can make a significant difference. Biophilic design encourages orienting buildings and arranging interior layouts to maximize these visual connections. This means thinking carefully about window placement, the design of outdoor spaces visible from within, and even using interior glazing to allow light and views to penetrate further into the building. The benefits of prioritizing natural light and views are manifold. For occupants, it means improved mood, better sleep, increased alertness, and reduced eye strain. For building owners, it can translate into higher productivity in offices, faster recovery rates in healthcare settings, and even increased retail sales. Plus, maximizing daylight can significantly reduce the need for artificial lighting, leading to substantial energy savings and a smaller carbon footprint. It's a win-win situation. By thoughtfully designing our buildings to embrace the power of the sun and the beauty of the natural world outside, we create spaces that are not only more pleasant but also healthier and more sustainable for everyone. All right, folks, let's dive into Section 5. Key technique, water features and natural materials. Another captivating way to weave nature into our indoor environments is through the use of water features. The presence of water, whether it's the gentle sound of a fountain, the sight of a tranquil reflecting pool, or even a small indoor stream, can have a remarkably calming and restorative effect on us. There's something primeval about our connection to water. It's essential for life and its sensory qualities. The sound, the movement, the coolness often evoke feelings of peace and serenity. In biophilic design, water features are used to introduce these soothing elements, transforming spaces into oases of calm and providing a focal point that draws people in and encourages moments of reflection. These features can take many forms, from grand installations like the incredible rain vortex at Jewel Changi Airport in Singapore, a massive indoor waterfall that is a spectacle in itself, to more modest and subtle applications suitable for homes or offices. Small tabletop fountains, wall-mounted water cascades, or even simple bowls of water with floating plants can bring a touch of aquatic nature indoors. Modern systems often use recirculating pumps, making them water efficient. The gentle murmur of flowing water can help to mask distracting background noise, creating a more peaceful acoustic environment, which is particularly beneficial in busy offices or public spaces. The visual appeal of light reflecting off water also adds a dynamic and engaging element to any room. Alongside water, the use of natural materials and textures is a cornerstone of biophilic design. Think about materials like wood, stone, bamboo, cork, and natural fibers such as cotton, linen, and wool. These materials bring a sense of warmth, authenticity, and tactile connection to nature that synthetic materials often lack. Running your hand over a piece of grainy wood or feeling the coolness of stone underfoot can be a grounding experience, subtly reminding us of the natural world. Biophilic design encourages the use of these materials in their authentic state. showcasing their natural colors, patterns, and imperfections. The Bullitt Center in Seattle is a fantastic example, extensively using reclaimed wood and exposed stone, connecting occupants to the Earth's resources. When selecting natural materials, there's also an important emphasis on sustainable sourcing. This means choosing materials that are renewable, recycled, reclaimed, or harvested in an environmentally responsible way. For instance, using locally sourced timber can reduce transportation emissions, while opting for reclaimed wood gives old materials a new life, reducing waste. The textures of these materials are also key: rough-hewn stone, smooth polished wood, coarse natural fabrics. They all provide a rich sensory experience that contrasts with the often uniform surfaces of modern manufactured products. By incorporating water features and a rich palette of natural materials, designers can create spaces that not only look beautiful, but also feel deeply connected to the elemental forces and organic textures of the natural world. Section 6. Biophilic Design in Action, Inspiring Real-World Examples. It's one thing to talk about the principles of biophilic design, but it's another to see them brought to life in amazing real-world buildings. These structures show us just how powerful and transformative this approach can be. Let's start with a stunning residential example. Bosco Verticale in Milan, Italy, designed by Stefano Burri. These aren't just apartment blocks, they are vertical forests. The Twin Towers feature balconies overflowing with over 20,000 trees and plants. This incredible amount of greenery acts as a microforest, absorbing CO2, producing oxygen, reducing urban noise, and naturally cooling the building. Residents report improved air quality and a unique connection to nature right in the heart of a bustling city. It's a bold statement about how we can integrate living ecosystems into high-density urban living. Now let's shift to the commercial world with Amazon's The Spheres in Seattle, USA. This is an absolutely breathtaking workspace designed by MBBJ specifically for Amazon employees. Imagine working inside giant glass domes that house an indoor rainforest. The Spheres are home to over 40,000 plants from around the world, creating a truly immersive natural environment. There are treehouse-like meeting rooms, wooden walkways, and an abundance of natural light streaming through the curved glass. The aim was to create a space that fosters creativity and collaboration by connecting employees directly with nature. Early studies suggest it's working, with reports of lower stress levels and increased productivity among those who use the space. It's a remarkable example of a company investing in employee well-being through biophilic design. Then there's the Khu Tech Puat Hospital in Singapore, a fantastic example of biophilic design in a public healthcare setting. This hospital was designed with the explicit goal of aiding patient recovery by integrating nature throughout its campus. You'll find lush rooftop gardens, abundant indoor plants, courtyards open to the sky, and calming water features. The design ensures that patients, staff, and visitors have constant access to green spaces and natural elements. Research conducted at similar healthcare facilities has indicated that exposure to nature can lead to faster patient recovery times, reduced pain medication use, and lower stress levels for both patients and staff. Khu Tech Puat Hospital truly embodies the healing power of nature, showing how thoughtful design can contribute directly to positive health outcomes. These examples, Bosco Verticale for homes, The Spheres for offices, and Khu Tech Puat Hospital for public health, highlight the versatility and broad applicability of biophilic design. They demonstrate that integrating nature isn't just a nice-to-have feature, but a powerful strategy for creating healthier, happier, and more productive environments across all sectors. From residential towers that breathe to workplaces that inspire and hospitals that heal, biophilic design is proving its worth. These pioneering projects serve as inspiration, showing us what's possible when we make a conscious effort to reconnect our buildings and ourselves with the natural world. They are beacons lighting the way to a more biophilic future. Section 7. Overcoming Hurdles, Challenges and Smart Solutions in Biophilic Design. While the benefits of biophilic design are clear and compelling, implementing these natural elements into our buildings isn't always a walk in the park. There can be a few hurdles to overcome along the way. One of the most common concerns is, unsurprisingly, cost. Features like large-scale living walls, high-quality natural materials, or sophisticated water features can indeed have a higher upfront investment compared to conventional construction methods. Clients might initially balk at these additional expenses, especially if they are focused purely on the bottom line of initial construction costs. This perception of biophilic design as a costly luxury can sometimes be a barrier to its wider adoption, particularly for projects with tight budgets. However, savvy designers and forward-thinking clients are finding clever solutions to manage these costs. For instance, instead of a fully irrigated complex green wall, one might opt for modular green wall systems, which can be more affordable and easier to install in phases. Using locally sourced or reclaimed materials like salvaged wood or recycled stone can also significantly reduce material costs while adding unique character and a strong sustainability story to the project. The Eden project, for example, has demonstrated budget-friendly approaches with pop-up green installations. It's also crucial to communicate the long-term value. While the initial outlay might be higher, biophilic features can lead to energy savings, increased property value, and improved employee productivity or tenant satisfaction, offering a return on investment over time. Maintenance is another practical challenge that needs careful consideration. Living elements like plants and water features require ongoing care to thrive and look their best. Plants need watering, pruning, and occasional pest control, while water features need cleaning and system checks. This can seem daunting, particularly for large-scale installations. But again, there are smart solutions. Choosing low-maintenance, drought-resistant plant species, such as succulents or native plants well adapted to the local climate, can greatly reduce the care burden. Automated irrigation and fertigation systems for green walls and indoor gardens can take much of the guesswork and daily labor out of plant care. The Bullitt Center in Seattle, a beacon of sustainable design, specifically uses drought-resistant plants to minimize water consumption and maintenance needs. Finally, space constraints, especially in dense urban environments, can pose a challenge. How do you bring nature in when every square foot is at a premium? This is where creativity really shines. Vertical gardens are a perfect solution for tight spaces, utilizing wall surfaces instead of valuable floor area. Compact water features can be designed to fit into smaller nooks or courtyards, even in very limited spaces. Simply maximizing natural light and views, using natural materials or incorporating biomorphic patterns can make a significant impact. Singapore's Park Royal on Pickering Hotel is a brilliant example of integrating extensive sky gardens and green terraces on a compact urban plot. Client resistance, often tied to cost or perceived complexity, can be overcome by presenting compelling data on the tangible benefits: improved health, well-being, productivity, and even energy savings, showing that biophilic design is not just an expense, but a wise investment in people and performance. Section 8. Future Builders: How Students Can Embrace Biophilic Principles. For all you aspiring architects, designers and builders out there, biophilic design offers an incredibly exciting and meaningful path to explore. As students, you are the future of our built environment, and you have a fantastic opportunity to champion these nature-connected principles in your work from the very beginning. Start by incorporating biophilic thinking into your studio projects. Whether you're designing a small cafe, a community library, or even a bus stop, challenge yourself to integrate at least 2 or 3 distinct biophilic techniques. Think about how you can maximize natural light, introduce greenery, use natural materials, or create views of nature. This hands-on practice is invaluable. Model making is another great way to get to grips with biophilic concepts. Create physical models using materials like balsa wood, cork, or clay to represent natural forms and textures. Experiment with 3-dimensional printed biomorphic shapes or patterns inspired by nature, like fractals or leaf motifs. Digital modeling tools can also be used to simulate daylight penetration, visualize green installations, or explore how different natural materials will look and feel in a space. Don't just design a building, design the experience of being in that building, considering how it will connect its occupants to the natural world. This tactile and visual exploration will deepen your understanding far more than just reading about theories. Dive deep into material research. Make it a mission to learn about sustainable and natural materials available in your region. Visit local suppliers, explore reclaimed material yards, and understand the life cycle of different building products. Consider the embodied energy of materials, the energy required to extract, process, manufacture, and transport them. How can you specify materials that are not only beautiful and biophilic, but also environmentally responsible? This knowledge will be crucial in your future practice, enabling you to make informed decisions that benefit both people and the planet. Sketching is also a powerful tool. Regularly sketch rooms or spaces, focusing on how specific biophilic techniques like light wells, indoor planters, or natural material palettes can be integrated. Finally, get out into your local community and conduct site analyses. Look at existing buildings, your university campus, local shops, public squares, and identify opportunities for biophilic retrofits. Where could a green wall be added? How could natural light be improved? Are there underutilized outdoor spaces that could be transformed into pocket parks or gardens? Presenting these ideas, even as conceptual studies, can spark conversations and demonstrate the potential of biophilic design to enhance everyday environments. By actively engaging with these principles through your studies and explorations, you'll be well equipped to create the next generation of buildings that truly nurture our connection to nature. Section 9, Conclusion, Cultivating a Greener, Healthier Future Through Design. So, as we've explored today, the 26th of May 2025, biophilic design is so much more than just an architectural trend. It's a profound recognition of our deep-seated human need to connect with the natural world, and a powerful approach to creating spaces that genuinely enhance our well-being. From the simple act of ensuring a room is filled with natural light, to the complexity of integrating entire vertical forests onto building facades, the core idea remains the same. By weaving elements of nature into our built environments, we can cultivate healthier, happier, and more inspiring places to live, work, and play. It's about designing with nature, not against it, for our mutual benefit. The benefits are truly remarkable, aren't they? We've seen how biophilic spaces can reduce stress, improve cognitive function, boost creativity, and even accelerate healing. Think of the impact this can have on our daily lives. More productive and less stressful workplaces, more restorative homes, and healthcare environments that actively support recovery. By incorporating key techniques like green walls, maximizing natural light and views, using natural materials, and introducing water features, architects and designers can craft environments that speak to our innate biophilia. The real-world examples we've looked at, from Milan's Bosco Vertical to Seattle's Spheres and Singapore's Khoo Teck Puat Hospital, are testament to the transformative power of this approach. Of course, there are challenges such as initial costs and maintenance considerations, but as we've discussed, these hurdles are not insurmountable. With smart design choices, innovative materials, and a focus on long-term benefits, biophilic design can be both achievable and economically sensible. The growing body of research supporting its positive impacts is helping to make the case to clients and developers, demonstrating that investing in nature-connected design is an investment in human capital and environmental responsibility. It's about shifting our perspective to see the intrinsic value that nature brings to our built spaces, a value that often repays itself many times over. Ultimately, biophilic design offers a hopeful and inspiring vision for the future of our buildings and cities. As we continue to urbanize, maintaining and strengthening our connection to nature will be more critical than ever. It encourages us to think creatively about how we can live more harmoniously with the natural world, even in the densest urban settings. For students and established professionals alike, the principles of biophilic design provide a rich toolkit for creating spaces that are not only aesthetically pleasing and functional, but also deeply nourishing for the human spirit. Let's embrace this opportunity to design a future where our buildings don't just shelter us, but actively help us and the planet to